fitness goals. Shop top brand.
Welcome back to... It's something that I didn't realize was so controversial because I did not grow up on the YouTubes. We're talking about Jeffree Star, who is a ridiculously controversial figure, especially today. He was one of the original beauty bloggers, YouTubers. I never watched his stuff. I have no idea the kind of controversies that he has been surrounded in. But when I've talked about him in the past, half of you guys are like, oh yeah, base Jeffree, killing it these days. And then half of you guys are still very angry about things that he did in the past. I have no idea what he did. So I'm just gonna focus on the now and what he is saying about gender identity and transgenderism. But before we get into that, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a comment section or off the clock episode. Jeffree Star caused a bit of an internet frenzy a couple of weeks ago. He posted this selfie with an alleged NFL player. He was like, going home to Wyoming with my NFL boo, and we just saw the back of the football player's head. And everybody flipped out and was like, oh my god, who's Jeffree's new boyfriend? Who is this? Everybody was trying to figure out. There were like drafts going on. It was like fantasy football, but Jeffree Star edition of everybody trying to figure out like what the ears and the back of the head of this football player looked like so they could identify it. I was even bought into it. I made a couple of TikToks about it. Like, people were literally tracking NFL players trying to figure out if they were going to Wyoming.
Okay, so I decided, oh shit, buddy, I gotta dig a little deeper.
I think though most of those NFL players have been using VPNs, hopefully ExpressVPN, so nobody could actually figure out where they were. Because if there was somebody out there who kept a log of every single thing that you did every minute of the day, like, that would actually be very creepy. That is what happens every time you go online without a VPN. Internet providers like AT&T and Verizon are allowed to store logs of Ash Cooper. If the NFL players are doing it, you need to be doing it too. Because we literally could not figure out who this player was. And then 2 days ago, he posted a photo with Taylor Lewin and said, look, it's my NFL boo. But that is not actually his NFL boyfriend, if he has one at all. So Taylor Lewin plays for the Tennessee Titans. He also has a podcast with Barstool. I think it's called Bussin' with the Boys. All of this, I think, was a publicity stunt for an episode that he did with Jeffree Star. That is what I'm thinking. That episode just came out. They talk about everything under the sun. In addition to how Jeffree Star got his start, starting his makeup brand, his YouTube channel, they talk about the NFL, and then they talk about the LGBTQ community, and we get Jeffree's hot take on it. And I just have a couple of clips to show you because they are very based. Like, not even based, it's just like common sense that people don't get anymore. So just watch these.
I'm not into all the other bullshit. I think
What other bullshit?
the they and them.
Yeah.
And all that extra shit that we added during the pandemic because everyone was so bored on their houses. They just started to make up more shit and more shit.
More stuff.
Yeah.
That's the chronically online thing. Everybody was locked in their homes online, chronically online. Jeffree gets it.
That's where the conservatives like me because I'm just real.
Yeah, you do have a conservative
You're not
vibe to
they
you.
and them. You're trans, you're male or you're female.
And you're standing on that.
So mad when I say that. How are you a they? What the fuck does that mean? It's stupid is what it is.
Yeah.
But you need someone like me that looks like me to say it. Because if you say it, it turns into you're homophobic, you hate trans people, you hate gays. And it's just how you feel. You don't hate anyone. You just think it's stupid.
Because it's common sense. Jeffree makes a really incredible point that if any of us who do not identify as part of the LGBTQ community, if we say that, they will find any excuse to call us bigots, transphobes, homophobes, whatever. But the ironic thing is, they will still find a way to alienate him. They hate him because he says things like this. They hate him because he moved to a ranch in Wyoming and started buying guns and raising yaks. And they're gonna fight, he's betraying their community. No, he's not. He's just being real. He's just being himself. Anyway, okay, that was not all he said. He also talked about young people identifying as trans, which was, that was good.
I think when a parent tries to direct them to a certain way too young, not it. Not
Not
smart.
it.
No.
The fact that this is something that is spicy on the internet right now, people are clipping this and putting on TikTok and being like, oh my god, I can't believe he's saying this. It's kind of sad. It is sad because this should be common sense. Protecting kids. Saying this is absurd. A child cannot decide if they are a different gender. They are a kid. The fact that this is spicy is beyond me, but apparently it is.
If your daughter looks like a tomboy, it doesn't mean she wants to be a boy. It means she wants to explore her creativity, and you should let her be her.
It means that she's being a kid. It's literally that simple. Anyway, this podcast episode only came out on the 14th, so 2 days ago. It is just now starting to catch fire on social media, so I don't have any angry TikTok comments for you yet, but this is far from the first time that Jeffree Star has talked about pronouns and gender identity. Literally just last year, he went on Jake Paul's podcast fast, impulsive, and was asking the other hosts about this. It was just a great moment. Here's the 2-minute clip you have to watch.
I just have one question for Mike. What's my gender?
What's yours or yours?
I just remember Mike trying to cockblock me and Andrew Schultz, and he wasn't keeping it real.
Answer the question. What's Jeffrey's gender?
You identify as he/he.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
I'm a dude. I love makeup. I love fashion, and you know, I've been doing this for so long now. These terms did not exist when I was a kid.
Do you fuck with them or no?
With what?
The terms.
No, I
Right.
think half of it's stupid. I'm just gonna be real, but no one wants to ever say that.
Will you get in trouble for saying it?
I don't care anymore.
You're beyond.
But I never cared. Yeah, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled.
I agree.
Like, I'm the devil. I killed someone. We should all go away. What did we do so wrong? So I just think that I just like to always just speak my mind. So the whole culture of everyone saying that they're this and that, it's like, oh, it's too many labels.
Yes.
You killed
Just be
somebody?
yourself. I didn't physically do it.
Oh.
The fear in this man's eyes is hysterical to me. Like, obviously, Jeffrey is not trying to bait him into anything. It's a joke. But this is like the genuine fear that people have around this whole discussion, which is just absurd.
Oh, my dude, you just got pranked. Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh?
Like, y'all, I get that Jeffrey might have been part of some controversies in the past, but this is so based. He's literally spitting facts. In every single clip we see, he genuinely does not care. That line about you only get canceled if you let yourself be canceled, if you take anything from this video, regardless of the gender identity crap, it should be that. Do not apologize for speaking your mind. Do not apologize for having an opinion that is different than other people's. You get to be in control of how you respond to those situations. If they try to cancel you, say, I do not care. That is the proper response. You give them control and power over you. If you bend a knee, if you apologize, I'm so sorry, yes, I'll learn. No, say fine. If you want to think that about me, that's okay. I do not care. That is the right attitude. I just love all of it. And all of the comments under this video, they were just so great and made me happy. Like this person said, heartbreaking, the worst person you know just made a great point. Like, come on. You know you like him. I see it happening. Somebody else said, I hope he keeps talking about this. He is a very famous gender non-conforming gay man. Tell the truth, man. There is no such thing as gender identity. Just be yourself without diluting yourself into an imaginary identity. This is why I love him. He likes makeup, fashion, feminine stuff, but he knows that he is a man. Men can like feminine things. Just because a man likes feminine things does not make them a woman, LMAO. Another guy said, Jeffrey is cool as shit for this. Called out the sensitive bullshit too. I was pleasantly surprised. All of it was just great. But of course, people on the internet were triggered about it, like this little man who decided to do a response video. I don't know what he was trying to achieve by this, like show women that he was a male girl boss. I don't really know, but this was his response.
I woke up to that clip today, and I watched the entire thing, so you didn't have to.
Oh.
There's one thing that Jeffree Star says that kind of irked me.
So the whole culture of everyone saying that they're this and that, it's like, oh, there's too many labels. Yeah, you killed. Just be yourself.
Wait, so he's tired of the labels, and he just wants people to be themselves? But don't these labels help people express themselves and help them be their true selves? The people who are a part of this community, these labels are their identity. But he also wants these people to
Just be yourself.
You can catch how that's ironic.
It really is not that complicated, but first of all, we have to read the comments because the people in his comment section were just
Bro,
not as bought into this as he was. Somebody said he's not
Seven
wrong.
stop?
It's mostly white people who are begging to be oppressed. Somebody else said, nah, there's too many labels right now in the LGBTQ community. It is ridiculous. Another girl said, too many to understand. Just tell me your name. Be yourself is personality, not gender. I only remember faces too. It is too much. That last comment especially, be yourself is personality, not gender. What Jeffrey is saying in that video, contrary to what this little man is saying, actually makes a ton of sense when you think about it in the context of other things that he has said. Back in 2019, he went on a podcast and he addressed all of this, and he said that around the ages of 19 to 20, he thought that he might be transgender, and he was exploring that. But he went on to say, I had so many thoughts in my head because I've always been really feminine, and I didn't understand that I could be a male and wear makeup and feminine clothes and not be a woman. I was confused. When people would call Jeffree Star a cross-dresser, he said that he would reply, I am just Jeffrey. I like looking like this, he said. I was so confused mentally for years, and I really thought about transitioning. Now, age 34, Star said that he is really comfortable in his own skin. When he is saying be your true self, he is not talking about the identity that you made up to feel special or the labels you have put on yourself in order to feel unique. He is saying you do not have to change your gender or your labels in order to be a unique person with a unique personality and unique interests. Literally, just be who you are, who you were born as. That is unique enough. Like, this is not something that should be controversial. It is simply what young people need to hear right now.
As long as I know the shape of my soul, I'll be all right.
feeling different and feeling confused is part of growing up. It is part of being a unique human being. It is part of the human experience. It does not mean that you need to chop off your reproductive body parts and say that you are the opposite gender, or maybe not even a gender at all. It's not complicated. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the comment section and that you maybe even learned something new. If you have not already, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and of course, ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section episode.
Sportsfuel is New Zealand's leading supplement company with thousands of products to suit all health.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. We are doing part 3 of a story that I have been talking about since, I think, August or September. We are picking up Grant from Alabama's story once again. Now, if you do not remember, Grant Sykes is the guy who went through Alabama Rush as a gay man. He blew up on TikTok and then a couple months later came out as trans and is now documenting his transition on TikTok, Dylan Mulvaney style.
Dylan, you son of a...
But before we jump into it, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or off the clock episode. Now, the last time that we talked about Grant, we talked about how he was duping and exploiting his followers and was having them Venmo and Cash App him money so that he could afford a fancy, overpriced apartment that is very much out of his budget. But we are back with another part of the story. This is volume 3. Now, early on in his transition, he posted this video, and I've shown it before. I'm just gonna show a little bit of it. On the exact same day of his transition, where Dylan Mulvaney did his very controversial video about using a tampon and being like, how do I use this, whatever, Grant, on day 12, also went into Target, bought some tampons, and did basically the exact same thing, but it was even more offensive. So just as a reminder, this is the video.
Day 12 of being a girl, and we're gonna go buy tampons. Let's go.
Where are they even at?
What the?
I don't know, which one should I get?
At the Tampax Pearl, I think these are like little dots to see how much you flow, is what somebody said online. I don't know, let's do an unboxing. It literally has instructions. Okay, this is a tampon. This thing does not go up inside you. Like, where does that go?
Where does that go? That is the line that everybody has referenced since then. This is so far from genuine, of like, I don't really know what to say, Joe. Anyway, that's the video. I've talked about it before. I don't need to rehash it. It's gross. The disgust on his face as he is opening the tampon. Like, listen, we women, we know. It's not fun. We don't enjoy this. I don't look forward to my period every month. When you were showing that honey pot, like Diva Cup, none of this is fun. I don't unbox my period products. Nobody looks forward to this. I don't care how excited you are to be a fake woman. That's offensive. And you just took that off the shelf and threw it in the back of your car so that you could do a social media unboxing to follow exactly what Dylan Mulvaney has been doing. It's disgusting, and it has only continued to rack up more views since he did that back in November, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. But videos like this from trans women have set women off. It has so many stitches and duets, and people calling his bluff and pointing out how offensive this is, sharing their horror stories from their periods, like this is not something to joke about, this is not fun. I saw one guy saying, oh, I think a period is just like a state of mind and like an energy, and all like women were lashing out, as they should be. And I did a whole episode on that and how women are clapping back. I'll put it in the description if you guys want to watch that. But it has all gotten so heated that he finally did a response video last week. So let's watch.
We're gonna go buy tampons.
We have a lot to go over, so I made that video several months ago, and I've just been dreading responding because I'm so tired of seeing hate from that, and I just want to put this all behind me. My friend needed tampons, so I went and bought her the box of tampons because I've never done that before, and my reaction...
You could have said that. You did not go buy those for a friend. You went to go see what it's all about and just like go buy tampons because you're a girl now. At least in his video, Dylan said, I'm getting this for some friends and I'm going to give them away. I can respect that. You gave the tampons away to biological women who do actually have periods. You're trying to make this up retroactively so people will stop being mad at you for objectively being offensive and belittling an essential part of the biological female experience.
My reaction has just set the internet on fire and opened me up to just a whole bunch of extreme hate. And I know we've all seen the stitches.
They're great.
Saying extreme things, and so I have something exciting to say is it was not sponsored. I wasn't sponsored by Tampax or anything in that video. I didn't make that video to mock women or make fun of periods. I know where the tampon goes, and it doesn't go inside me.
I'm so glad that it took you 3 months to learn where it goes and that you don't have a place for that.
I'm someone who doesn't have a period. I don't menstruate, and so I don't know what a period feels like. And I hate that the video come across that way because that was not at all what I was trying to do in that video.
No, you posted without
really
thinking.
Sorry if I made you uncomfortable or upset, because that wasn't the intention of that video or any of mine at all.
So he's immediately putting it back on women. When you apologize and you were genuine, you say, I am so sorry that I did this. You know, this was wrong of me. I have learned. Instead, he's saying, I'm so sorry that you felt that way. I'm so sorry that it made you upset. He's apologizing for women's response to his video, not for his actions. That's how you actually know if somebody is being genuine and apologizing to you. Fun fact.
I always want to support women and uplift us all, even if you don't like me. I still want you to go do amazing, powerful things, because it wasn't that long ago that simply just being a woman wasn't even good enough to vote or even get a college degree. And so I just feel like we should stick together. I feel like we also need to realize that if I were straight, or your boyfriend even, and I had bought the tampons, people would have laughed. But since I'm the one that bought them and I'm trans, I'm a freak, I should unalive myself. I am stealing womanhood and making a joke out of it, and I'm here to say that I'm not doing that. And you're just transphobic, and I hope that one day you're able to come around. If you feel like me buying tampons for my friend being kind takes
Again,
anything
you did not
away
do that.
from you, then that's a bigger issue. Finally, trans women did not cause the tampon shortage, and if you think that, then
Dylan also said that.
There's nothing left for you. I don't have anything to say, because if trans women want to go buy tampons for their friends or people in need that need them, being nice, then that's okay, and that doesn't take anything away from you.
I do believe those last two parts. Nobody should be telling him to unalive himself or anything like that. That's taking it way too far. But those videos were not like that. These are women who were speaking to you as a peer, saying, please do not do this. You are erasing us. We have made it this far. Like you said, it was not so long ago that women did not have the same rights as men. We do now. And we are literally regressing because men are telling women what we can call ourselves, what our experience should be with periods, with our biological anatomy. Almost every video that I saw as a stitch or a duet to his original tampon video was respectful, well thought out, intentional.
Sports Fuel is New Zealand's leading supplement company with thousands of products to suit all health.
I've been actively following all of the Netflix updates in regards to their password sharing policy, because I always get really interested when a company the size of Netflix makes business decisions that could ultimately lead to its demise. This idea of something being too big to fail, but then failing anyway, is always so interesting, like Blockbuster. Once a household name, but now a household joke. Netflix watched Blockbuster jump off a cliff and said that looked like fun, so why don't we try it? Which is poetic considering Netflix did play some role in the demise of Blockbuster. And now they're making decisions that are very possibly leading them to the same fate. I'm sure all of you know, they don't like password sharing anymore. They're waging war on the 100 million password sharers. They're trying to commit a genocide on them. They've made a very strong stance, wiggling their fingers, saying, no, 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 no more of that, Buster. They pumped up their SpongeBob anchor arms and they're busting down your door and removing access to your Netflix account if you're a password sharer. I've already talked about this twice, but it just keeps changing and evolving quicker than a fucking Pokemon. So initially, their plan was restrict access to anyone that shares passwords, where it's only a one household service where you have to be in a primary location in order to access it, and you only get a 7-day grace period while you're traveling to access Netflix. That was as lenient as they got, and they put all of these rules into effect in some Latin American countries, but now they've also put it into effect in Canada. Mudahar recently made a video covering all of this. Here you can see a notice that you receive. A Netflix account is for people who live in the same location. So if you're not a member of the family, or at least a stranger living inside the walls, attic, or basement of someone's household, you won't be able to access their Netflix account anymore. You'll just be kicked off and unable to access it. Now, originally, this was going to be going global, right? But after backlash, they tried to play the "it was just a prank bro" card and say that this policy wasn't meant to go live on the American services, so when it hit the website as like an upcoming policy change, they tried to backpedal saying, whoa, big oops moment here, that's not happening yet, but then confirmed that it is happening in Latin American countries, and now it's happening in Canada, so you can extrapolate from this that it's likely coming to America very soon. Going to the website, you can see a bit more in detail exactly what the plan is. We've always made it easy for people who live together to share their Netflix account with features like profiles and multiple streams. While these have been hugely popular, they've also created confusion about when and how you can share Netflix. Today, over 100 million households are sharing accounts, impacting our ability to invest in great new TV and films. What's impacting your ability to invest in great new TV and films is common fucking sense. You guys have brain rot at the office and literally greenlight the worst shit imaginable. It is unreal, the low quality of some of your Netflix originals, and you don't even promote half of them. In the last video I made talking about this whole situation, I mentioned Bruise Brothers, which is a show that I think had 10 people watch it, and one of them was Matt, and he said it's the worst comedy he's ever watched in his life. And Netflix tries to like bury that under the rug, yet they financed it, right? Like, you are putting money behind projects no one wants, no one hears about, and no one likes. That has nothing to do with the amount of money you have in your piggy bank, because you are shaking your piggy bank like you're trying to make it rain on a stripper. You're just putting it into projects that are bad and doomed for failure. It has nothing to do with your actual financial bottom line. You have plenty of money to invest in good TV and films, you're just not. You're putting it into trash, garbage, and clearly you're not being rewarded for it. And also, talking about the confusion around how you can share Netflix, you slimy weasels, you absolute fucking worms. What a despicable load of horseradish. You used to encourage password sharing. This little blemish is still live on your public Twitter right now. Love is sharing a password. Now, if you want to say that you've completely changed your stance on it, that's one thing. Love is no longer sharing a password. In fact, that's sin. Sharing a password is unforgivable sin, a breaking of the 10 Commandments, and you're going to jail for it. You've changed your mind. That's what you should say. Not try and chalk it up to confusion as if you've never encouraged password sharing. You used to, and now you're not. Okay? It's changed. There's not fucking confusion. You're just delusional. You're the crazy one. You're taking crazy pills, not me. I'm not dumb, you're dumb. They continue to announce that it's rolling out in Canada, New Zealand, Portugal, and Spain, then talk about what's coming. So, setting primary location, which is the one household system. Managing access and devices, which they're saying you can now easily manage who has access to the account, even though that's never really been like a pain point or a headache. Like, the only reason Netflix ever got super popular in the first place is because of the convenience and the ease of use, so it's actually just easier to pay for Netflix as opposed to pirate something. So it's never been like hard to do that. I don't know why they're advertising it as like a new easy service. So that's a weird bit of fluff there. Transferring profile, so people using an account can now easily transfer their profile to a new account, which they pay for. Watch while you travel, so you can still access Netflix when you're on like a vacation at a hotel and shit, but it's only for a limited amount of time. It's not like forever travel, at least not as I understand it. I don't know why they're leaving it kind of vague there. But then this one is a little interesting. So now you can buy an extra member. So members on our standard or premium plan in many countries, including Canada, New Zealand, Portugal, and Spain, can add an extra member sub-account for up to 2 people they don't live with, each with a profile, personalized recommendations, login, and password for an extra $8 a month per person in Canada, and then adjusting the rates for the other locations. So you're paying a subscription per person per month. And here's just a visual of all the plan features. So premium is clearly the highest tier where you get to purchase membership for 2 other people. And this whole thing is very confusing to me because it seems like there is absolutely no reason to purchase extra members on your account. You're not getting a crazy discount on it, and when you do pay for that extra membership, they're getting their own separate login and password. All you're doing is picking up the bill. So you're paying 2 monthly payments, your account and now theirs. So what the fuck is the point? At that point, you're better off just giving them $10 in the mail and saying, hey, go crazy, go hog wild, make a Netflix account with this. Like, what is the point in paying for that password sharing? And that's the wrong word because you're not even sharing passwords. You're just sharing the embarrassment of paying for Netflix twice, really. The idea, I suppose, is, like, let's say when this goes live in America, my parents won't be able to use my Netflix account. Well, I can still give them access to it if I'm a premium member by paying the fee for them too. So then I just pick up the bill for both of us and they can still have their own separate Netflix that I'm paying for as opposed to them. So it's not really password sharing, it's just giving you the opportunity to pay for a couple of other people to have access, which I think is just kind of worthless, really. I don't see that being a super popular idea. Though the more I think on it, the more I think there was actual potential with the core concept here. I don't know the exact numbers, but I would imagine the majority of people that are sharing Netflix passwords aren't sharing it with like fucking 10 or 20 people. They're probably sharing it with close friends and family, at least in my experience, that's who's sharing. So that's like 2, maybe 3 people. Like, you know, a divorced family where the kids want access to Netflix at both mom's side and dad's side, and so they share an account to make that easy. They can't do that anymore without paying multiple times, but why not take this idea and expand it like this? You have X amount of free account sharing, so you can designate like 2 family members that can still share your same Netflix account for free. Nothing changes there. But then if you want to extend it to like 4 people, 5 people, whatever, then you pay. So then you'd pay like an additional $8 to get like 2 more people that you can share it with. So I feel like that'd be a much more lenient way of monetizing in a very similar fashion that wouldn't immediately just be like fucking going crazy with it and making it super brutal. The motivation behind this idea is clearly to monetize the 100 million people currently accessing their service for free. However, I compare this decision to when OnlyFans spent 12 hours saying that they're going to be removing adult content from their site, which would instantly kill OnlyFans. They eventually had that eureka moment where the light bulb flipped on in their head and they're like, wait, if we remove porn from OnlyFans, we're gonna be buried 6 feet under, we're fucked. So then they reversed it. I still don't understand exactly what happened during that time period at OnlyFans headquarters. They must have been hit by like some kind of cosmic stupid beam that reset their IQ to like 3. And they're like, oh, OnlyFans is not a porn site anymore. Now it's gonna be about cooking and sports and shit. Or whatever else they were trying to say. Maybe they got confused on the date and thought it was April 1st, I don't know. But that was still one of the most comically awful business decisions I've ever seen. And now Netflix is trying to compete with that by taking 100 million users away from their own service and expecting them to come back groveling at their feet with money in their hand in order to access the worst Netflix original content imaginable. Slapping 100 million people and then still expecting them to bend over and goatsy for you so you can fuck them financially is just an absurd notion. I'm sure some people that are kicked off will pay for it going forward, but I think the vast majority won't because there's so much competition, so many other places they can go, and also this isn't like some invaluable service people can't be without. They'll probably just not bother in the first place, especially considering how weak and winky-dinky the catalog is, full of stinky Netflix originals with almost none of them being good for 2023's upcoming slate. I looked at the docket for the upcoming Netflix originals this year, and there's only like 2 that stood out as potentially good, which I feel like is the primary reason Netflix users even have an account is for the originals, because if you're just on Netflix for like some of the old classic shows that are still amazing bangers, you can still find them elsewhere for cheaper than your subscription model right now. And since this is becoming wildly inconvenient for the 100 million users that were password sharing, most of them, I imagine, will start turning to piracy. This will incentivize piracy to pop off once again. So they're just not going back to Netflix, at least not a super meaningful number of them. That's my prediction. But yeah, that's the latest update on Netflix.
I just want to start off this video by prefacing the fact that I have the utmost respect for Gymshark. They've done absolutely fantastic things for me, changed my life, quite honestly, because when I was like 13 years old, that's pretty much when I got into lifting and working out. And right around that same time frame is when Gymshark incepted itself and became a brand. And I was absolutely head over heels. I thought they were wonderful. You know, I followed all their athletes at the time, like Matt Ogus, Chris Lovato, Jeff Said, Alonga Lex Griffin, that whole crew. And I watched all the YouTube videos of all the events that they were doing, all the expos that they were going to, all the content that they were creating, and just seeing what the brand was doing. And I thought it was genius. And I resonated with them instantly since day one. Absolutely loved them. And throughout my teen years, I was very, very motivated to work out. I wanted to do something in the fitness realm, industry, genre, something of the sort. And I made a transformation video that went viral. I started making lots of YouTube videos, just me and my friends working out. And senior year of high school, 2 months before graduating, is when Gymshark reached out to me saying that they essentially wanted to work with me. And the second I saw that email and read it, literally the happiest day of my life. Like, I was cloud nine. It was wonderful. And since then, as many of you guys that would watch my content, watch my videos throughout the years, you saw that I traveled so much with them. I went to Europe, the UK, France, Germany, Australia, different areas and states, and I've met so many amazing people working with Gymshark, and like I said, I've been to so many great places, and it changed my life. It was an experience that I'm extremely thankful for, extremely gracious. I will never take back. It was amazing. But as many of you have probably seen and feel, that over the past few years, Gymshark has strayed or gone away slightly from their original roots of what they were as a company. And that comes down to some of the clothes that they were making, some of the stances and things that they were doing on social media. And while that was happening, that wasn't something that I resonated with. I was not a fan of that. And some time went by, more and more time went by, and eventually I hit an inflection point where I did a lot of introspection, I did a lot of thinking, was talking to a lot of people, and it's not a decision that I came to lightly, but what I essentially want to tell you guys is that I'm formally no longer a Gymshark athlete. I'm a Gymshark creative director. That would be my new formal title. To be more precise, I'm Gymshark's creative director of lifting. And what that essentially means is I'm gonna have a massive degree of impact and influence when it comes to shaping Gymshark's male lifting domain, because that aspect of Gymshark is honestly where the heart of the brand truly lies. Because when Ben Francis, when he created Gymshark, he was a teenager that was absolutely in love with lifting in the midst of the Ziz era. And he combined his passion for lifting and his innate entrepreneurial genius, and he transmuted that into what we now know as this massive brand, Gymshark. But in order for a brand to become as massive as Gymshark has, there's going to be mistakes that are made along the way. That's just par for the course. It's just an inevitable aspect of growing a business. But despite some of the few things that Gymshark got wrong, they absolutely killed it when it came to spreading out into different athletic domains. They're going to be going into more lifestyle clothing. Their female side of things is absolutely crushing it. But despite all the massive success that they've had overall as a brand in many different ways, we've come to a realization with just how much we've lost touch with the roots of the brand and the heart of where everything started, which is why now me partnering up and being direct business partners with Ben Francis, it's going to be my job to oversee and make sure that Gymshark really connects back with their roots and never lets go of that. And that's going to be happening in many, many different ways. One of the ways, of course, is going to be product. Because if you remember back in the golden days, Gymshark would have articles of clothing that when you would put on, you would genuinely feel like a superhero. It would be some 3D Spider-Man, like Marvel superhero, just magical kind of feel and vibe that you felt when you were wearing some of the clothing. And since then, we haven't quite been able to replicate what we did in the past, but we're going to be looking back into all the perfect things and all the great things that we did, taking inspiration and going forward, making things better than we ever have. And for instance, athletes that are going to be joining Gymshark, I'm going to be overseeing a massive degree of that procedure. When it comes to events, which are some of the funnest parts of Gymshark, the World Tour, We Live the City events that we haven't done in so long, we're now going to begin doing those again. About 3 to 4 events a year, all around the globe. They're going to be bigger and better than ever. Extremely, extremely fun. If you guys have never been to one of those, you definitely should. But despite all those things, so just one more thing I want to mention. This is actually something that is near and dear to my heart. If you guys have been watching a lot of my content over the years, you've likely noticed that I enjoy being behind the scenes and when it comes to the production and creation of content, both in like photographs and photography, digitally, video campaigns, all of that. That's going to be a massive part that I'll be overseeing with Gymshark as well, and creating certain campaigns. But the first and foremost thing that I want to do with this new role, and this is something that I've been advocating for and speaking with Gymshark on for so long, but I've never been able to quite successfully bring it to fruition. But now, due to this position, I can finally make it happen. What that is discount codes. As of this video going live, if you use code David at checkout, you will save 10% off your entire order. Not just my code, every other Gymshark athlete also has a code as well. And this is something, like I said, I've been advocating for so long. It's finally here. brings me a great deal of satisfaction, and this is going to be one of the many, many massive changes that you guys are going to be seeing in the near future with Gymshark. And
Sports Fuel is New Zealand's leading supplement company with thousands of products to suit all.
Kenobi!
Alright, so it's called Georgia Grace Cafe in Old Town. So yeah, I think I got the Babel. You got that? The crepe? The crepe? I don't know how you say it, bro. The crepes?
Nope.
Crepe.
Crepes.
Crepes. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go eat breakfast here, and then the latte's actually banging. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, dummy. What y'all know about that? Stupid.
We got something. It's got it's a breakfast bowl, but it's got crab in it. You know, I'm from Baltimore, dummy. You know, so you gotta have some crab in it. We gotta go to a nice seafood place. First bite.
Delicioso.
That is amazing. That is actually amazing for a breakfast spot like this. For 14 bucks.
I'm still waiting on it.
I'll get you your 50 G's, alright? Get off my back, man. Come on, Tone.
I'm Big Mike. They don't call me it for nothing. So you watch your tone when you're talking to me, alright?
I can't keep you serious, bro.
I'll shove your balls so far up your ass. You won't, they won't ever see the sun again. Be able to tell if it's your kidney, your liver. Nah, it's your balls. And your digestive system. Hey, I'm not around here. Where's my 50 fucking G's? Kadoosh!
Must have revenge. Feel the disturbance in the feel the toxins. Kenobi!
So that I can teach you before and I can teach you again.
Bro is munching. You munch, Chris? You munch? Listen. You know how strong my neck is? Hey, that way having the night of her life. Yeah, buddy, he fucking that way.
Don't know how stop slapping your brother, Christopher.
Oh.
That's a
He
problem.
starts it, bro.
Mikey is the sweetest guy I know, and you're here slapping him and shit all the time.
It's everybody hates Chris, I swear. Bro. Get your man, bro.
just said.
Stop that. Stop that.
My
shit.
bitches text me, bro.
Huh? I was fucking around. I have zero bitches.
You call women bitches, bro?
Oh my god.
Fuck you. I'm not trying to hurt you, bro. That's all it is.
What the fuck?
Alright, truce, bro. Truce.
No, you need to know when to calm down, bro.
I have anger issues. I ain't gonna cap. No, I ain't bringing it. Bring it. Bring it. Come on. I'm a big guy. Okay.
So update to the gym. Walls are done. The floors are all in. Looks absolutely insane. We're still waiting on, I think we have 4 more machines coming from Relentless, that being a power squat. Do you guys remember what else we got? Another back machine, leg extension, and 2 different benches. Oh, and a actual like Olympic bench so that we can like go crazy in PR. So this is what we're looking like. Looking crazy, the lighting, fire, right?
Yeah, it's amazing, bro.
It's coming along amazing. Like I cannot wait. We're gonna have another row of machines right here. And then usually in the summer and stuff, this door will be open, and then we'll have mirrors and stuff on this wall. But I'm honestly so excited for this. It's crazy. So we have like chest stuff back there, back stuff's gonna be more in the middle, and then leg stuff is gonna be over here. And then we have a power rack, and then this is gonna be the wall where shit goes down. We're gonna have the bench here, deadlift platform, and then we'll have like some cool signs on the wall. So yeah.
Is this for like
Handstand stuff. Bro, I used to be like in a calisthenics big time. Yo.
Ooh,
Yo.
Whew.
Playing a little.
That was nice.
Yeah.
It's an hour to get these I like those better than the compacts.
They are better than the other ones, for sure.
The black ones are just, man, these bitches need to be burnt.
They already smell like shit. I've had them for fucking 2 days.
Why would you ever buy these? I can't even.
I didn't know there was gonna be leather on them. They were just straight
How
up.
much are these?
$150.
This is where the fulfillment's gone down. We just had a drop. You guys ran it up like crazy. Still got some hoodies in stock. I don't know. There probably won't be by the time this video's out.
Damn, bro. Why would you ever get rid of this thing, dog? Oh my god.
She needs to be clean.
Woo! Nah, you making me want to get a stain, bro. I swear to God.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Just wait till you hear it, bro. I'm telling you. This bitch is eating.
Imagine if you started over here.
Yeah. Shouldn't be a problem.
Oh yeah, start her up.
Should I just real quick?
Yeah.
That's called No Cadillac Converters. All right, we are at a sushi place. You and me, it's in Old Town City, so wanted to take them to a spot. What are you gonna get?
I want hibachi. No, I'm gonna get that Naruto. You know, I gotta get that Naruto roll because I fucking love Naruto. I don't know if it's actually like based off Naruto.
It's gotta be.
Oh,
Dude, that was fire. What was that?
I don't know, but
It's a little spicy, but it's like good.
isn't it like cracked? Oh yeah, I thought.
Chris, I know.
Oh, Mikey's ready for that.
I've seen this. It ain't comparing.
That was.
Oh yeah, this ain't no cheesecake. This is motherfucking.
This is fucking under cheese.
I take a lot of damage for that.
Finished up. It's pretty good.
It's not a cheesecake. It's like a.
I'll give it a 8 out of 10. Alright, yeah, so the twins and Kyle moved in about a week ago. Stayed in my townhouse with me. It's a little crammed, so we're thinking possibly there is a really nice house that is available for rent, and you can like rent it like 5 months. So you don't have to be like locked into your lease. That is 30 minutes away, 7,500 square feet. It looks like it'd be a great like content house. It looks super dope, like fire pit. But the only thing it's missing is a pool. But my boys got a pool, so like we always go there. Anyways, we're gonna go check it out. So I'm gonna give you guys a tour and see if it's something that we like and if we can get it affordable. Maybe we will be moving.
Bro, you should have never came to this bitch, bro.
From Maryland.
Oh,
I grew up in Ellicott City, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Once, bro. You wanna get it?
It's pretty sick, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
trying to get a nice crib, but this ain't a nice crib. This is the crib. This is like.
He was like the recycle king of Baltimore. He used to
Close
say
stuff, but it's not.
here, like
Full fire,
is like close to 8 minutes away. Okay. Yeah, but it's close to like.
This is sick.
Then there's a ping pong top to it. So the ping pong top is in the garage. There's another ping pong.
Yeah.
During the day.
Oh yeah, we be getting lit here.
Now this is when the Ravens people came. That's their personal trainer they on site to keep them in top notch. I heard that image.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
This is nice.
Quiet.
Sebastian. Oh wow, Alex. Oh my goodness, the closet. This is the closet.
Nice. Got ambient lighting.
Go ahead. Short end of the.
Kyle and Joey, this is you, buddy. This is the videographer suite right here.
I'm definitely moving on.
Oh, whoever. The dad just ran away from the kid.
Oh, this is cool, like a little like office.
Little office, go edit here.
Yeah, during the day, this view is amazing. You look at that farm and everything. This thing, when I built it, and I was thinking of building a climbing wall so he can climb up here.
That'd be cool.
But then he went off to do computer science and not climbing.
I think my bank account can afford me to live here 1 month.
Overall rating of this household is going to be an 8, 8.5 from me. What do you think, Chris, out of 10?
I'd say like as far as living quarters, I'd say like a 6, but the overall layout like a 9.
What would you do? Rating?
That's about 10 out of 10. It's the best house I've ever been in.
Alright, so we got some samples in for Elysium, and the twins are also going to be doing their own little thing of merch here soon, so we kind of wanted to get your guys' opinion on what items here you guys like. So there's a bunch of t-shirts we got in, hoodies, joggers. Don't mind the colors, try just to look at the fit and the material, and then give us an idea down below in the comments which one that you like, just like give the timestamp, because we're going to be putting an order in here soon for one hoodie, one of the oversized tees, and then the joggers. So I'm just trying to figure out, and maybe a crew neck as well. I'm just trying to figure out which one you guys might kind of like the most. My favorite one is the gray hoodie that I was wearing with the blue joggers. It was just the most my type of style fit, and then the black oversized tee that we were wearing earlier. That's like my personal favorite. But obviously I want you guys involved in Elysium, so let me know what you guys think down below in the description. That is it. I forgot to do an outro again, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. The videos have been going crazy lately. It's been so much more fun to make it. The vlog's been just it's just a lot more fun. I'm having a really good time, and I'm definitely a lot happier, so I appreciate you.
Scramble in golf with the Botez sisters. So
we just showed up. It was great.
Yeah,
we just
we
followed
came to
them.
play
They
and
didn't
they
even
were
invite
here.
us here. Just found their location.
They will not leave.
How many holes we playing?
At least 3.
Okay.
Oh, that's not
We'll see how it goes
Yeah,
after
it's
that.
not
Only
terrible.
3?
We can play as many as we want. It's our course. We'll see what they'll say at
We
3.
own it.
It's a private course from the hydration station. How's hydration? Yeah, it's G Fuel's golf course. So use code MOIST for 30% off G Fuel.
Let's get it.
Start us off. I'm using my old junior clubs, so we'll play from the whites. You guys will play from the reds.
And what do the losers have?
Oh yeah, you guys. Well, the losers have to eat a pepper. Whatever that might be. Whoever loses will have to eat a spicy pepper. Hot shit.
I'll have pepper.
Just like
black,
ground
little
pepper.
spice.
Ground pepper.
You guys pick
I thought you
the
were just volunteering to eat a pepper already.
You have to pepper. If you lose, you have to have a bit of a pepper. A bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Tiny like not
enough to be hot.
like this much. This much. This much.
That much.
Half of that. No. Come on.
Alright, are you going to start us off? Ready. Didn't really graze the ground like I thought. send it through space and time, but
It worked.
Alright, just me, the grass, the ball. And we're gonna hit it like that.
Yep.
Alright, I'm just gonna send it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I wanna hit it really strong. Wait, this way.
I thought she was.
Like that.
She was like, wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold
I'm
my
gonna do
hand
it.
here just in
Okay,
case.
okay, okay. Okay, I missed it.
Okay, so the trick is don't watch the club go
Yeah,
back.
we need to stare at the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna lose sight of the ball.
Nice shot. That is great.
Didn't go as far as Charlie.
That's straight down the middle.
Alright, we'll take it.
That's how we fucking do it right there. See that, Matt?
Are you sweating? I can see the
I'm
sweat.
sweating
I can
a
see
lot.
the sweat.
It is very hot out. Are you sweating because you're...
Yeah, you're nervous.
All right.
We're not nervous.
It's not hot out here.
Sweating at all.
It's 60 degrees, pussy. Why are you in a fuzzy hat?
I don't know. This was a bad idea. Okay. Eye on the ball.
It doesn't count.
I was warming up actually.
Keep the eye on the ball.
Sports Fuel is New Zealand's leading supplement company with thousands of products to suit all.
Hey guys, sorry for not up. Everybody knows about this level, and the level itself was previewed on March 14th. Charts similar to Norkborg's video that he made about the demon list after Firework, but mine is going to be sort of an up-to-date version of that chart. I don't think I'll split it into group sections, but who knows? Past me already wrote this part of the script. Alright, so this is the current top 15 on the demon list at the time of me making this video, and everything should now be color-coded. Alright, let's start with Misanthrope. Misanthrope.
Misanthrope.
Oops. Everybody knows about this level, and the level itself was previewed on March 14th, 2020, well over 2 years old now. And I gotta say, I and many other people love the idea of this level. So many important names, so many influential people coming together to make an unforgiving 5-minute long hardest demon? That sounds awesome. But playing the level doesn't sound awesome though because of what it is. 5 minutes of nothing but top 1 gameplay sounds like a living hell. Some people don't care though. People like Big Mac GD are prime examples of that because this dude has crazy progress on the layout. 227,000 attempts, 44 to 100, and 99.8% accuracy on a buffed version? God, that's insane. But as for the level coming out in one piece, that's probably not going to happen either, because since then, the level has been split into 3 different sections, and as you could imagine, hosting something like this is about as messy as you could expect. Nothing against anyone involved, by the way, when I say that. I say that because it's such a big project. I mean, the same thing happened with October Miracle, and we saw what that did to the game. So yeah, probably not a good idea to keep the level in one big chunk. But yeah, if I had to put this as its own standalone level on the list, it would easily be number 1, and because I'm too lazy to place the 3 different chunks, I'm just going to place the singular level on the list. And by absolutely no surprise to anyone, Misanthrope goes right at the top. Now before you start yelling at me for placing something that's already not going to ever be released this way, remember this is all theoretical. I can do whatever the fuck I want with this list. And to further drive the point home, the next level is Ashley Wave Trials. Ashley Wave Trials was previewed by FNMO4 on August 4th, and being about 2 minutes of really hard-ass wave gameplay, this definitely has potential to be harder than Acheron. The level was made by Oddmod, and let's assume that someone were to beat this in its unnerved state, it's right over Acheron at number 2. The gameplay in this level is pretty dumb, and it's just dumb enough to not be mindless gameplay though, at least in my opinion. Not really any history for this level, as far as I'm aware, but it does look like it takes inspiration from Kuiper by Quasar though, if any of you guys remember that.